The Void came up in Gajanan Mahadev Mukti Board's compiled work Chand Ka Mukh Terha Hai. The Void is the translated version of this poem Shunya. Shunya literally means zero in English, but in the poem it depicts the negative side of our mind. The negativity which enslaves us and endeavors humanity from within. The void, the Muktibodh depicts the void which we possess in our mind. It is generally a part of the subconscious mind in which our dark desires flourish. We can't neglect this dark side, and this gloomy part of our mind makes us slaves. We serve this void by practicing anger, hatred, and demeaning someone. The more we do works that affect others, the more this dark side develops. It breeds its species into others. It is like a communicable disease that is a threat to humanity. In the first 5 lines, the void, G.M. Muktibodh depicts the void which is inside our heart as a beast having sharp teeth. The void inside us has jaws. Those jaws have carnivorous teeth. Those teeth will chew you up. Those teeth will chew up everyone else. The void has carnivorous teeth. Carnivorous means an animal that feeds on other animals. The void is also like that. It finds nourishment by feeding on the goodness of other human beings. In the next 5 lines, the poet remarks that the scarcity is inside us, where the void lies. The dirt inside is our nature. Habitually angry in the dark hollow inside the jaws, there is a pond of blood. This dirt leads to our anger. Then the poet uses the image of pond of blood to portray the fierce and ruthless side of our human nature. Thereafter, the next 4 lines, Muktibodh describes the characteristics of the void. This void is utterly black, is barbaric, is naked, disowned, debased, completely self-absorbed. So it is black or gloomy in complexion. It is barbaric, naked, disowned and debased. At last he says that this void is self-centered. Here the poet tries to give the void a physical structure. So he embodies the demonic spirit inside the image of the void and presents it to the readers as a beast-like human figure. It has no relationships and belongs to the lower section of humanity. In this way, Muktibodh depicts and describes the internal shunya in the first few lines of the void. In the next section, poet writes, I scatter it, give it away with fiery words and deeds. Those who cross my path find this void in the wounds I inflict on them. In this section, poet writes in the first person narrative scheme. Though the poem depicts an abstract quality, it becomes a lyric for the direct presence of the poetic persona in these lines. Muktibodh confirms that he has the void in himself like others. Then he goes on to project how he nurtures this negative side on his heart. His fiery words and deeds inflict mental pain on people. In this way, he eventuates the chain reaction. The offenders respond to the poet's action, and in this way, the dark desires in their hearts get nourishment. They spread this negativity among others, and the process goes on. The void creates its offsprings in others and mankind gets affected. Here the negative deeds we do to others is compared to the sowing of seeds. At last Muktibodh says that the void is long lasting and its ground is very fertile. It means that the void is always an excited state, susceptible to further chain reactions. Here we can find another use of metaphor as the void is compared to the land. They let it grow, spread it around, scatter it and give it away to others, raising the children of emptiness. The void is very durable, it is fertile. Everywhere it breeds saws, daggers, sickles, breeds carnivorous teeth. That is why wherever you look, there is dancing, jubilation. Death is now giving birth to brand new children. Everywhere there are oversights with the teeth of saws. There are heavily armed mystics. The world looks at them and walks on, rubbing its hands. Now Muktibodh discusses further how this void gets spread and affects people. The poet refers to saws, daggers and sickles in a symbolic way. They symbolize the negative qualities like cruelty and ruthlessness. Muktibodh compares the teeth of those instruments to the carnivorous teeth. This void has infected a lot of people. The ignorant mankind is in the mood of merrymaking instead of focusing on themselves. The void is eating the good qualities in their hearts, but they aren't in the condition of thinking about it. The heavily armed mystics or the wars have snatched away thousands of lives. Still, we are drinking the cup of Lith, river of forgetfulness, and overlooking the effects. The world looks at them and works on, rubbing its hands. In this way, Muktibodh shows that the void inside us keeps us in a state of eternal forgetfulness and passivity. In this poem, The Void, Muktibodh discusses the theme of emptiness that exists within every soul. Simply, the void stands for the sense of meaningless or lack of peace and contentment. Despite all the achievements and greatness that one has, while most people would ascribe their lack of peace to their material or social problems, at some moments they realize that the fulfillment of their dreams or the solution to their material problems does not suffice to give them satisfaction or meaning to life. Existentialism deals much with this and the quest for finding the reason for one's existence. All through this poem, the poet converses about the rude nature of this emptiness. He says that it has jaws, which have carnivorous teeth. The use of the adjective carnivorous suggests the wild nature of emptiness, and the poet explains why he calls it carnivorous in the next line. He says that the teeth in those jaws will chew up and eat up everybody. In other words, it will grind or squash people to pieces. This reflects the intense pain of one undergoes because of the empty space within. After saying that the teeth will chew you up, he declares it will chew up everyone else. This suggests that emptiness is not only individual but also collective. This scarcity or lack inside us is a part or parcel of our being. The poet continues it with pictorial image when he says that the hollow space within the jaws of the void there is a pool of blood. Blood often stands for life, thus, the pool of blood can symbolize the void sucking the blood out of the people. Then he lists the characteristics of the void. It is utterly black. The term black means very darkest color due to the complete absence of light. Here it can refer to the absolute absence of everything good or joyful. The void then explained to be violent, cruel, and blatant. Then the poet also says the void is disowned by most people, but it is nevertheless present. In other words, though the void is plain or obvious, it is disowned or it is claimed to be present by some people. In other words, though the void is plain or obvious, it is disowned or it is claimed to be absent by some people. Disownment also suggests that the void is not liked or it is not something that can be enjoyed by anybody. The poet uses the words like us, everyone else that suggests that nobody is free of this emptiness. It is full of itself, which again suggests its caller's nature. The qualities that have been attributed to the void is barbaric, naked, disowned, debased, and completely self-absorbed are similar to the qualities of one who have the void inside themselves. The people who are being tormented by the void turn into cruel beings. They become naked or too vulnerable to all the pain and evil. In other words, they become too sensitive. The void also makes them feel disowned and debased. Such people also become narcissistic and full of themselves, which implies that they turn into individuals who least bother about the people's feelings and emotion. The one who have the void within them scatter it or spread it among the people who belong to their social work with their furious words and quick-tempered deeds. The people who happen to meet them also recognize the void in the wounds imposed on themselves by the ones with the void. It developed or widened its influence by doing the same and thus rearing the children or the seeds of the void. The fact that the individuals who are hurting inside hurt others and consecutively the one who are hurt others treat others in the same way and thus pass on the gloominess or the seeds of emptiness.